Today we will finish the lesson, second unit, see reading the pot. So everybody went away, including king also, the enemy country king. They are all fled. Next, what happened? See, by writing letter, he kept a letter there. He is asking sorry and also peace for the country. He left the letter there and went out. Enemy king went out on his horse. Okay. Then he jumped on his horse and followed his soldiers. Jumped means what? He means refers to whom? King. What did the king do after writing the letter? He jumped on horse. Followed his soldiers. Followed his soldiers means he also ran away. Okay. When the porter, brown horse, reached the deserted camp, it stopped. Deserted means nobody is there. It was empty camp. No person is there. So deserted camp. The horse stopped there. It refers to what? Horse. With shaking hands, the porter untied his feet. With what hands he untied? Shaking hands. So he relaxed from his which were tied by the rope. He relaxed from them. And fell to the ground. He did not know how to get down, no? So he fell. As soon as he untied the rope, he fell down. కింద పడిపోయాడు. When he looked around, he was surprised to find a camp empty. So he looked around and observed the camp was empty. Nobody is there. So looked into the king's tent and found a letter. Then he looked into the king's tent and found a letter there, which was written by the opposite enemy country of the king. Next, the puzzled porter walked back to the city with the letter in his pocket. It was puzzled, but he did not know what happened. Why all went away? He couldn't understand. So, in puzzle means in confusion, he had taken that letter and went to the king. He put the letter in the pocket. Where did he put the letter? In his pocket. He went to his wife and gave that letter. He did not but the king directly. He went to his house where king was arranged and he gave the letter to the wife. To whom he gave the letter? To his wife. Dear wife, he said. He refers to whom? The porter. Never in my life will I ride a horse again. ఇదిగో ఇంకోసారి ఎప్పుడు నేను గుర్రం ఎక్కను, గుర్రం స్వారీ చెయ్యను. Never in my life. What did he say to his wife? I never ride a horse in my life again. Please take this letter to our king and tell him that the enemy has run away. Go and give the letter to the king. I don't want to come also. Give the letter to the king and told him the enemies were run away. I am going to bed. Oh, I am so much tired. So I am going to bed. I am going to take rest. His wife ran towards the palace with the letter. Immediately, what did his wife do? He ran towards the palace with the letter. With what she ran? With the letter that was written by the opposite enemy king. Next. When the king read the letter, he was full of praise for his new general. So the king read the letter and he was full of praise. He was admiring the bravery of the porter. New general. Who was that porter? He asked the porter's wife where her husband was. He also asked the porter's wife, where your husband? My husband is tired, your majesty. The servants have put him to bed, answered the wife respectfully. With more respect she answered, my husband is so tired in the battle, that's why he was taking rest and servants are put him to the bed. సేవకులు అతను నిద్రపుచ్చుతున్నారండి, చాలా అలసిపోయాడని చెప్పింది గౌరవంగా. లెట్ హిమ్ రెస్ట్ టుడే. ఓకే ఇట్స్ ఓకే, లెట్ హిమ్ రెస్ట్ టుడే. Continue his sleep. Tell him to come tomorrow to receive his reward. What did the king say? Rest him and tell him tomorrow to receive the award for his bravery. అతను చేసిన సాహస కృత్యానికి మేము రివార్డ్ ఇస్తాం రమ్మని చెప్పమన్నాడు. To whom did he say? To the porter's wife. Next morning, the porter went to the king's palace. So, as usually, the porter went to the king's palace. Where did the porter go next morning? To the king's palace. He left the brown horse in the stable and walked to the palace with his wife. He left the brown horse in the stable, గుర్రపుసాలలో వదిలేశాడు, and walked to the wife with his wife. And walked to the palace with his wife. చక్కగా భవనంలోకి, రాజుగారి భవనంలోకి భార్యతో నడిచి వెళ్తున్నాడు. The streets were filled with cheering crowds. Everybody was very happy. Everybody in the country was very happy. They are cheering, happy, and greeting the porter. Oh, how great he was, how simple he was. Though he defeated the strongest enemy king, but he was coming by walk. Oh, what a simplicity. Everybody was praising him. అమ్మో ఎంత గొప్ప రాజు, ఎంత గొప్ప పరాక్రమవంతుడు, చూడు కొంచెం కూడా గర్వం లేదు, గుర్రాల మీద కాకుండా నడిచి వస్తున్నాడు రాజు దగ్గరికి అనుకున్నారు అందరూ. They had all heard about his brave action. So previously they heard about his brave action to capture the lion, and next he defeated the enemy army. So everybody was praising and cheerful for his bravery. Look how humble he is, they said to each other. అమ్మో ఎంత సింపుల్గా ఉన్నాడు, చూస్తానికి అమాయకంగా ఉన్నాడు, ఇంత సారాసీదాగా ఉన్నాడు అనుకున్నారు. Who said? The people in the country. To whom did they say? To each other, one another. Next. Any other man would ride to palace on a horse. If any other man who had got victory on enemy country might have ride on the horse to the palace, but this man is very simple, so he was going by walk. But he is walking like an ordinary man. See how simplicity he maintained. He is just like an ordinary man, though he was a brave man. Everybody was telling like that. He is truly humble and brave man. Oh, he is truly humble and brave man. Oh, he is truly humble and brave man. చాలా ధైర్యస్తుడు, చాలా నిరాడంబరుడు అని చెప్పుకుంటున్నారు. The king rewarded the porter so well that he did not need to work again. అతని జీవితంలో మళ్ళీ కష్టపడి పని చేయకుండా, he did not need to work again. అంత బాగా డబ్బిచ్చి సన్మానించాడు, రివార్డెడ్, బహుమతి ఇచ్చాడు. The country was peaceful for the rest of the life, and porter never rode a horse again. Now the kingdom was very peaceful, ప్రశాంతంగా ఉంది, and the porter never ride a horse again. చెప్పాడుగా, నేను ఎప్పుడు ఇంక జీవితంలో తొక్కనని, సారీ చేయనని, ఇంకా జీవితంలో ఎప్పుడు చేసే అవకాశం రాలేదు పోర్టర్కి. దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద పోర్టర్. See, he was a lucky person. Every situation is a possibility for him. Every situation give him positive attitude. That's why he was thought as a brave person. So how lucky he was, we may think about the author. Margaret Seek was a great storyteller. He was very much interested in telling folk and mythological stories of Asia. జానపద కథలు, పురాణాల గురించి చెప్పడం అంటే, కథలుగా చెప్పడం అంటే, రాయటం అంటే, వినటం అంటే చాలా ఇష్టం. ఎవరికి? మార్గరెట్ సీక్కి, రచయితకి. He travelled across many Asian countries and collected interesting short stories from various countries and published them in English. భారతదేశంలో నలుమూలల తిరిగి కథలను సేకరించి వాటిని ఇంగ్లీష్లో తర్జుమా చేసి ప్రచురించాడు. He translated many famous Indian folk stories into English. భారతదేశం యొక్క జానపద కథలు ఎన్నో ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేశాడు అతను ఇంగ్లీష్లోకి. The present short story, The Brave Porter, is a very popular Telugu one collected by him from India. So, ఈ ప్రస్తుతం ఉన్నది కలెక్ట్ చేయబడింది అతనిదే. ద బ్రేవ్ పార్ట్ ఇస్ ఎ వెరీ పాపులర్ తెలుగు వన్ కలెక్టెడ్. అది తెలుగు ప్రతిలో ఉందమ్మా, అది ఇంగ్లీష్లోకి తర్జుమా చేయబడింది. ఓకేనా చిల్డ్రన్? సి, డూ యూ ఎంజాయ్? ఓకే, హౌ నైస్ ది స్టోరీ వాజ్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.